sent Arvind Kejriwal to 6 days in custody. He's now formally in custody, and he has now been named as the main kingpin of the Delhi liquor scam. Now, the agencies claim that the scam goes to over 600 crores, not just 100 crores in bribes, and they claim they have evidence to back it up. They say they have evidence to prove that Kejriwal was much more than just a co-conspirator, that he was the kingpin. He was the brain behind it all. Now, if you think that's a big blow for him, the biggest blow, however, for Arvind Kejriwal today is not what came from the court, not what came from the investigating agencies. It is what was said by the man who brought him for the first time into public life, and that man's name is Anna Hazare. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Anna Hazare, the man whose campaign Arvind Kejriwal joined as an apprentice in 2011. At a time when Arvind Kejriwal swore that all he will do for the rest of his life is follow the path of Anna Hazare and never ever join politics. Today, the same Anna Hazare, in unequivocal terms, condemned Arvind Kejriwal, condemned his actions, condemned the scam, and almost disowned him. Anna Hazare also said he would never support any illegal policy that promoted that to illegally the consumption of liquor. Now, there are many people who have parted ways with Kejriwal over the last 10 years. Maybe 10% remain with him, but in politics, in public life, moral authority is the most important of all. And today, with Anna Hazare's admonishment, Arvind Kejriwal has lost a lot of goodwill. Many people supporting Arvind Kejriwal have been doing so because of the past association, nostalgia. They remember how he was once associated with the Anna movement, with India against corruption. So today, while the politics on this plays out, the tag of an anti-corruption crusader that Arvind Kejriwal once had, which has diminished over the years, is all but completely gone now. And I think that matters. Debate 1 tonight, viewers. Sensational evidence the ED is bringing against Kejriwal, saying he's the brain, the kingpin of what is called Liquorgate. Debate number 2 tonight, Republic accesses explosive details of the Congress party's alleged cash dealings. Did the Congress party allegedly use the cash route to avoid scrutiny? And debate number 3 this evening, while the electoral bonds data is out, but in fact there is more evidence now, if you can call it evidence, against the opposition parties than the BJP. What does this indicate? The collapse of the electoral bonds argument by the lobby. That's debate 3. And here are the headlines this Friday evening on the Debate Tonight. Huge setback for Kejriwal as the court grants the ED 6-day custody. ED makes a scathing charge against Kejriwal, says Kejriwal was the kingpin of the mega liquor scam.
सुचिता का हवाला देने वाला एक व्यक्ति किस प्रकार से प्रशासनिक तंत्र के माध्यम से भ्रष्टाचार को परिभाषित करेगा, उसका ब्यौरा मिला अरविंद केजरीवाल और उनके कृत्यों के माध्यम से।
Union Minister Smriti Irani breaks down details of the liquor scam, says the Kingpin's network now stands exposed. Congress party's government crackdown claim falls apart as Republic accesses explosive documents into the income tax case. Electoral bonds data show big donations for the TMC and the DMK. Did the opposition have the biggest donors? And in Thimphu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi becomes the first non-Bhutanese to be honored with the highest civilian honor. Ladies and gentlemen, Arvind Kejriwal, once a key figure in the India Against Corruption campaign, who joined politics, rose to power in 2013 on a clean politics plank, is in custody today in connection with the terrible liquor scam, the Liquorgate scam. The ED has made very scathing charges against him, calling him the Kingpin in the case. It is alleged that Kejriwal received kickbacks in exchange for favors, which are by now well documented and established to the liquor lobby. The ED has claimed that the proceeds of the crime were used to fund the Goa poll campaign. What next for Kejriwal? Let's debate.
हमारे साथ जो अनशनकारी बैठे हैं, पुलिस आ गई तो क्या करोगे? डंडे खाने को तैयार हो? राजनीति कर रहे हैं, हाँ हम राजनीति कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हम लोग
Almost a decade ago, Arvind Kejriwal shot to the limelight. The anti-corruption crusader sat on 2 hunger strikes in Delhi as a part of Anna Hazare's team, demanding a Jan Lokpal to rein in political corruption.
सरकार कहती है हम गांव-गांव तक जाएंगे, गांव-गांव का विकास करेंगे। 65 साल में इनसे दिल्ली का तो विकास हुआ नहीं, देश की राजधानी का तो विकास हुआ नहीं।
In October 2012, Kejriwal floated the Aam Aadmi Party, promising Delhi a clean government.
इसीलिए कहते हैं आम आदमी पार्टी कट्टर ईमानदार पार्टी, किसी की भी बेईमानी बर्दाश्त नहीं की जाएगी। इनकी पार्टियों में भ्रष्टाचारी नहीं बैठे क्या? कितने भ्रष्टाचारी हैं? आज तक इन्होंने एक को भी निकाला हो भ्रष्टाचार में तो बता दो।
He tasted electoral success in 2013 assembly polls by defeating Congress veteran Sheila Dikshit. Cut to March 21st, 2024. Kejriwal arrested in Delhi liquor policy case after he ducked ED summons 9 times in 135 days.
अविन सर कुछ कहना है, कोई संदेश सर?
मेरा जीवन देश के लिए समर्पित है और चाहे अंदर हो या बाहर देश के लिए काम करना है।
अविन सर कुछ कहना है, कोई संदेश सर?
मेरा जीवन देश के लिए समर्पित है और चाहे अंदर हो या बाहर देश के लिए काम करना है।
Anna Hazare has come down heavily on the Delhi CM.
जैसे करने वैसे भरने, जो आदमी जैसा करेगा वैसा भरेगा। अरविंद के साथ वो हुआ, जैसे कृति कथनी और करनी, इसमें फर्क आ गया। वो अभी भुगतान कर रहा है।
The Enforcement Directorate has accused Kejriwal of being the kingpin in the Liquorgate scam.
They've revealed the fact that during the Goa elections, large amount of the money which was derived from the scam that was actually utilized by the Aam Aadmi Party for the election campaigning. They've recorded certain statements and that is the reason why they say that custodial interrogation of Arvind Kejriwal.
The Aam Aadmi Party has labelled ED's move as a political conspiracy by BJP ahead of the polls.
इस तरह एक के बाद एक विपक्ष के सारे नेताओं पर ईडी के माध्यम से PMLA पर केस करवाए जाते हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी ईडी के माध्यम से चुनाव को जीतना चाहती है।
with top Aam Aadmi Party behind the bars. Can AAP survive leadership crisis ahead of the polls? Will Kejriwal's arrest scuttle AAP's chances in the polls? Let's debate.
Gaurav Bhatia, Rajat Sethi, Anmol Pawar of the Aam Aadmi Party, Piyush Joshi backing the AAP, Revolution Sridhar Reddy of the BRS. I can see on the screen, yes, Mr. Bhatia, I can see you. That's Arun Bhatia. Just hold the camera steady there, sir. We can get you there. Arun Bhatia, former IAS officer, civil servant, and was once very active with India against corruption. All right. Mr. Bhatia, can you hear me? I'm doing a sound check with you. I don't think so. Okay, till I get the audio check there. Yes. I'm talking to Bhatia Senior for now. Arun Bhatia. Arun Bhatia, can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't think he can. Let me go to Mr. Pawar till then, if he can unmute himself. Kindly unmute yourself, Mr. Arun Bhatia. Okay, while he fixes that. Anmol, can I get your reaction specifically to the statement of Anna Hazare saying that जैसी करनी वैसी भरनी, अरविंद केजरीवाल की कथनी और कहनी में बहुत फर्क है. He is paying for what he has done. The condemnation by Anna Hazare, can I have your response to it, please?
देखिए, आरोप और प्रत्यारोप तो कोई भी लगा सकता है. ये तो कोर्ट में साबित होगा कि कौन गुनहगार है, कौन नहीं है. Anyone and everyone can make allegations, but until they have been established,
this is the most shocking thing today, when your head should be hanging in shame, Arnab.
Arnab, this is not the way. This is not the way debate must be conducted. Either I must be allowed.
Okay, 1 minute. Rajat, let him complete. Rajat, let him complete. Rajat, let him complete. Rajat, let him complete. I know you are surprised, but he has a right to respond. Rajat, 1 minute. 1 minute.
This whole debate with a shameless remark like that.
1 minute. Rajat, 1 minute. Rajat, I know you are. No, 1 minute. Viewers, please, everyone. Rajat, I can understand if you're emotionally charged on this. And I know you were also associated with India against corruption. However, let Anmol Pawar have his say. If he wants to call Anna Hazare koi bhi, if he wants to say anyone and everyone, then it is his right. People will decide. Yes, Anmol Pawar, Anna Hazare has condemned Arvind Kejriwal. He has said he's paying for what he has done. He has said he disagrees with him and he's paying for all his sins. I wanted your response to Anna Hazare specifically, not anyone and everyone.
Arnab, Anna Hazare is not presiding as a judge. The matter is sub judice, and the baseless allegations made by Bharatiya Janata Party are exposed in the court yesterday as well as today. Yesterday, when the hearing was there before the Delhi High Court, the Counsel for the Enforcement Directorate specifically said that Mr. Kejriwal is not an accused. They are the ones who said in 2022 that Aurobindo Pharma and his director P. Sharad Reddy is the prime accused in the liquor scam. On 10th of November 2022, he was arrested. On 15th of November 2022, he purchased electoral bond worth 5 crore rupees. Thereafter, in May 2023, this same enforcement directorate did not even oppose the bail applications which was filed by Sharad Chandra Reddy, and he was given bail on the premise that he has a back pain. After 2 months, he turned into an approver. The same fact lies with Maguntha Reddy. Arnab, let me complete. The same fact goes with Maguntha Reddy.
Anmol, the matter is very serious.
Arnab, please allow me to complete. Let me give a clear picture of the baseless allegations which are leveled against Mr. Kejriwal. This Magunta Reddy made a statement on 16th of September 2022 that he is not aware about any of this Arun Pillai or Bucci Babu, any one of them. What happens afterwards is that he gives a statement on 27 July 2023 wherein a single word was not mentioned about Mr. Kejriwal. Eventually, the same enforcement directorate did not oppose the bail application and he was granted bail on the same premise that he has a back pain. And these are the only two approvers on the basis of which ED is saying that Mr. Kejriwal is an accused. The Honorable Supreme Court, time and again, while dealing with the criminal case, has categorically said in Ravinder Singh versus State of Haryana, 1975, that an approver is an unworthy friend. That there needs to be a corroborative evidence, which is not present in this case.
Anmol, now at this point I'm intervening because I need to get everyone into the debate. I will get everyone into the debate. You've given a very elaborate and detailed answer. I only asked you for your response to the condemnation by none other than Anna Hazare, who you called anyone and everyone. Now you need to be aware of the fact that a significant number of people who are supporting you, I can tell you one thing, Anmol, at least 80% of the people who have supported Aam Aadmi Party so far are only doing so because of their emotional bond with the Anna Hazare India Against Corruption movement. And if you are calling Anna Hazare anyone and everyone and saying his criticism does not matter, they will respond appropriately.
Development of Delhi.
My next point here, please, Anmol. You have said that the ED has said that he is not an accused. This is your statement. I have the remand copy, page number 31, which says that after recording the reasons to believe that Shri Arvind Kejriwal is guilty of money laundering as defined under Article PMLA Section 3. And page number 30 of the remand copy says, therefore, Arvind Kejriwal has conspired with other persons and actively in formulation of policy for facilitating kickbacks and has played a role in the generation, use and concealment of proceeds of crime. Now, this is also common sense that if there has been a scam, how can the Chief Minister not know? The argument you are putting out, AAP has been putting out, has been, even if there is a loss of revenue, the loss of revenue is unintentional. It does not amount to a scam, and in any case, the Chief Minister is not a signing authority. But Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju has said that Kejriwal has been directly involved in the formulation of the policy. All that the ED needs to prove is whether Kejriwal was involved in the formulation of the policy or whether it was only Manish Sisodia who was involved in the formulation of the policy. The policy did not turn up in thin air. Somebody thought it out. If you're saying it was only Sisodia, then you're putting the blame on Sisodia and saving Kejriwal. I would like first now opening statement from Gaurav Bhatia to the charges made by the AAP that till now you don't consider Kejriwal an accused.
Arnab, let me respond.
Let him respond and then opening remarks on both sides, then I open it up, Anmol. Then I'll open it up, Anmol. So you need to have a go at each other and then open it up. Gaurav.
So Arnab, since you mentioned Anna Hazare, if there is one teacher who would be ashamed of his disciple, it has to be Anna Hazare, because of whom the entire landscape of the political culture in India changed and Arvind Kejriwal emerged as a leader. But I must tell you that what we have to see is that Arvind Kejriwal has this wrong notion that he is above the law of the country. He skips 9 summons when he is taken oath under the constitution to abide by law, to uphold the rule of law and protect the constitution. He is not complying with the law and today the law has caught up. Now I will give you instances when Arvind Kejriwal and all the accused persons have been denied relief by the Honorable Courts of India. Let's start. Slap number 1, ED court today, giving ED remand for 6 days of Arvind Kejriwal to interrogate. Slap number 2. The Delhi High Court yesterday very clearly said, and I quote from the order, however, at this stage we are not inclined to grant any interim relief to the petitioner, that is Arvind Kejriwal. Slap number 3. Manish Sisodia, who is behind bars for 13 months now, ED court rejects his bail. The Honorable Delhi High Court rejects his bail. The Honorable Supreme Court of India rejects his bail. So 5 slaps. Sanjay Singh, ED court rejects his bail. 6 slap. The High Court rejects his bail. 7 slap. And the 8th slap is the review petition of Manish Sisodia. And I must tell you, what did Arvind Kejriwal say about his leader Somnath? He told Somnath Bharti, Somnath should surrender. Why is he running away? Why is he so scared of going to jail? Now he is becoming embarrassment for the party and his family. This is on 23rd September 2015. Today, Arvind Kejriwal has become an embarrassment for every Indian, because when he was supposed to protect the lives of citizens of Delhi and our country, providing them with oxygen, he was busy formulating the liquor policy for his liquor friends. And that is why today every Indian is welcoming the arrest of this most corrupt leader in India, who's a Kattar Baiman. I must say this with some responsibility. And the second point is that just a few weeks ago, Arvind
I will have to
Kejriwal
interrupt
was
you
saying,
there to get responses. Gaurav, I need to keep it moving fast. 1 minute, Gaurav, because I want everyone's responses on this matter.
Yes.
I shall interrupt you to say I will come back to you. I need to hear everyone on. I need to hear Piyush. I need to hear Revolo.
Today he's afraid.
1 minute. Anmol, you will have a response.
He's jittery.
You will have a
He's
response.
nervous
You will finish your
because he
point.
knows
But I'm going to
law has
Piyush for a
caught up
while
and
because
all the
the viewer
details
wants
will
to hear
come
both sides on this, and it's a very, very charged matter, Gaurav. It's a very, very charged matter. The debate has a lot of time. It's only 9:24. You will have a significant time to respond. To be fair, Anmol, I want to give Piyush a chance and Revolo a chance and then come in. Please understand here. My question being today, Piyush, when we say, as you say and every day Anmol says, that the government has been unable to prove a single thing. What does Atishi say? The government has been unable to bring a single evidence. The government has nothing. Now these are statements made by the accused. Today, you are an accused and your statements therefore have no validity. What has validity, Piyush, is how the court looks upon the facts at hand. I'm sure you'll agree with me, Piyush, and Revolo also, that all the things that Mr. Gaurav Bhatia has said, the fact that he's been given 6 days in custody, that the High Court has rejected interim bail, not just like that, after looking at some evidence against Kejriwal, which was given in the form of a sealed envelope, that Manish Sisodia for 16 months has not got bail, and the Supreme Court has observed while doing so, that prima facie a money trail of 338 crores has been established, that the same applies to co-accused Sanjay Singh, right? And now all of these matters prove that the court has seen some material. The court has access to some evidence. The court is seized of something in this matter. And on the basis of that, the court decides. The court does not decide just like that. And I will give my own example, Piyush. When the Supreme Court gave me bail, the Supreme Court said in its detailed observation that there is no prima facie case against Arnab Goswami. Now, if there was a prima facie case I faced, then I would not have got bail. Now, what is being established in this case is that there appears to be a prima facie case, otherwise no High Court, Supreme Court, all repeatedly would not be rejecting the multiple appeals of the AAP filed with multiple top lawyers of this country. So that's a reality check. Your response, Piyush.
Okay. You know, the courts have to respond in accordance to the law. The courts work. Can you hear me? Okay. So the courts work according to the
Yes,
jurisprudence.
loud and clear. Go on.
Yeah. What the Bharatiya Janata Party and the union government is doing is creating in laws in such a manner. It's the Putinistic form of governance, like the Vladimir Putin is governing Russia. Similarly, they are trying to govern India and trying to make it a single party system. And how do you do that? You have to conduct elections like Putin conducts elections. You have to destroy the constitutional bodies. You have to weaken them deliberately so that they dance to your
Just a
tunes.
minute. I'm sorry to
So-
interrupt. I'm asking you a
so the-
counter. May I ask you a small counter, Piyush? One second, sir. Piyush, a small counter, please. And my question is to you. Piyush, 1 minute. Before you make the Putin reference and this reference and that, please look at the legality of it. The courts, the BJP cannot do things on its own. The ED cannot put anyone in jail randomly. They have to prove before every level of the court and appellate courts that they are carrying the evidence to justify keeping a person in custody. Piyush, tomorrow they can't just pick you up. You will get bail within a day. And it will be a slap in the face of the ED if they can't prove the case against you. The fact that so many times bail is being rejected, which means somewhere you will agree with me that the investigating agency has been able to prove the credentials of the case before the court. So don't make it look so random. It is not as random as you're making out.
Arnabji, the only point on which I am agreeing with you is that the statement given by Mr. Anna Hazare ji is unfortunate. That is it. Except for everything else, I am definitely disagreeing with you. And when my point of disagreement is, had it been before 2023 and the amendments brought in on the Gazette notifications brought in 2023, every one of the Aam Aadmi Party leaders would have gotten bail. It is precisely because of the PMLA Acts and the 2023 amendments that it becomes virtually impossible for them to get bail in case the ED objects to it, and that is why they are all behind bars. And the approvers in these particular cases have gotten bail because the ED did not object.
Piyush, I want to remind you, and Anmol, that I was at the forefront of the anti-corruption campaign 2010-11. We broke the scams. You built India Against Corruption as a marketing tool on top of it. So I completely reject what you're saying. At that point of time, you used to say, why is the PMLA not being applied against corrupt people? Today you are saying, why is the PMLA being used against us? The person who used PMLA the most was Mr. Chidambaram, who is now your political ally. At that time, you used to say Mr. Chidambaram is not using PMLA against Suresh Kalmadi and so many others. You're changing your argument.
I'm not changing my argument, and neither is the Aam Aadmi Party changing its argument. All we are trying to say that you bring in such provisions so that you can selectively use when it suits you, and you do not use it when it doesn't suit you. And there is no time frame. Where is the Citizens Charter when it comes to ED? In 10 years' time, they have not even summoned once. The poster boy of Bharatiya Janata Party in Northeast, that is Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma. So that the duplicity is clearly visible for each and every Indian to see. Now, what are you doing that you freeze the accounts of the largest political party?
We're getting a fight here.
Very shameful.
We're getting a fight on your point. We're getting a fight on your point. Gaurav, you want to... Gaurav wants to hit back on that point. One sec. Gaurav wants to hit back. He is. Yes, Gaurav.
So, Arnab, inside the courtroom, the best of lawyers couldn't defend Arvind Kejriwal because there is a watertight case that has been built by the ED. Even in TV debates, I have taken part in number of debates tonight. I'll tell you, all these spokespersons cannot even defend Arvind Kejriwal. Therefore, they are changing the goalpost. Now, the only argument that has been made right now is that the law has been made tougher. Yes, the law ought to be made tougher because Narendra Modi ji's government has zero tolerance for corruption. And we have to ensure that we get back every penny of people's money that has been looted by Kattar Baiman person like Arvind Kejriwal. I will give you examples where the law is very fair. DK Shiv Kumar Arnav got relief from the Honorable Court and his case was quashed. It was a PMLA case. The politicians who got bail, let me name a few. P. Chidambaram got bail, DK Shiv Kumar got bail, Sanjay Raut got bail, and Anil Deshmukh got bail. So if there is a fit case and the court feels that bail has to be granted, they grant it. Even in matters of PMLA, this is a very frivolous ground that they have taken. Now coming to one very important point.
I will
Kejriwal
ask
think
this
he
here.
is?
I will
He's
ask
nobody. He's another citizen.
I will ask the AAP
And he
spokesperson
decides
to immediately
skip
respond to
line
you.
summons. The first
I
summons
need to
was
AAP
issued to
spokesperson
him
to immediately
on
respond to you.
2nd November
Anmol
2023.
Pawar,
Why
Gaurav
did he wait
Bhatia's
for
answer
4.5
to that
months
question is this,
before he challenged
that
the
there was a
summons?
time when you said the laws against corruption are not tough, and your entire campaign was to make the laws against corruption tougher. Today you are saying that the laws against corruption are too tough and being applied to you. Oh, what a supreme irony there, he says. What a supreme irony, he says there, Anmol Pawar to respond. Revala, sorry to keep you waiting. I'll come to you in a minute. Yes.
Arnab, first of all, I'll respond to the baseless allegations made by Mr. Gaurav Bhatia earlier. Actually, the bail is not granted to us because we have refused to surrender before the murderers of democracy and constitution. The slap number 1 on the face of Enforcement Directorate and Bharatiya Janata Party is that after extensive interrogation and investigation of 2 years, they have failed to recover a single penny in this investigation scam. The slap number 2 on the face of Enforcement Directorate and Bharatiya Janata Party is that the Honorable Supreme Court said that this case will fall flat after 2 questions in cross-examination. The slap number 3 on the face of Enforcement Directorate and Bharatiya Janata Party is...
Wait. Tell me the date. No. That's a big statement you make on the Supreme Court. That's a very, very, very big statement. That's a huge statement.
Allow me to
That's an
complete.
enormous claim that you have made.
the Supreme
I need
Court
a
has said.
verification of that. I need to do a fact check on that. The AAP spokesperson has just said that the Supreme Court has said one minute. I do not believe that any judge of the Supreme Court would make a statement ever like that. We know enough about jurisprudence, a major statement being made in the course of the debate tonight. Anmol Pawar, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, has said that the Honorable Supreme Court, according to him, has said that the case will fall flat in one day. I want to know which day, which date, and which honorable judge said that.
Arnab, during the
I do not believe the Supreme Court makes comments like that,
Arnab,
even in observation.
Let me complete.
No, I need to know.
Please don't interrupt.
No, because
Arnab,
you say that with a sense of finality. No, I'm sorry. It can't be a hit and run on this one. It cannot be a hit and run on this one. I request you to stop. Anmol, I request you to hear me. Anmol, I request you to hear me. I request you to hear me. I request you to hear me, Anmol.
Arnab, I also request you to let me complete.
I want to listen, but you must hear my counter question right now.
Let me complete first.
I request you to hear me.
Intervene. You gave
I request you to allow me to ask you a counter. All I'm asking, Anmol, all I'm asking, Anmol, is a counter to you, which is the following.
Arnab, why
can you tell me? Can you tell me and can you tell all my viewers one answer, and then I'll let you proceed as long as you want.
But you are not allowing me to complete. Arnab, you must give me sufficient time.
I will give you unlimited time, but I want to ask a counter at the right time.
Why are you intervening?
I will give you unlimited time. I will give you unlimited time. No, I'll give you unlimited time. My question to you. No, my question to you.
First, allow me to complete.
No, but you will never complete.
Respond to your question. What's the use of debate if you are not allowing me sufficient time?
I hope
Why
you
didn't
do
you
okay,
intervene
allow
during
complete.
Mr. Bhatia?
But I will not forget the fact that I have a counter to ask.
Mr. Bhatia?
Because, no, I'm asking you on what you've said. I have asked you because you made a statement about the Supreme Court.
First, you must allow me to complete.
Sure.
These are the observations made by the Supreme Court. The slap number 3 on the face of Enforcement Directorate and Bharatiya Janata Party is that these were the ones who said that Mr. Kejriwal won't appear before Rouse Avenue Court when they filed a complaint. He appeared on 16th of March and he was enlarged on bail. The slap number 4 on the face of ED and Bharatiya Janata Party is that they made an allegation that 100 crore rupees has been transferred, which was not even in charge, and it was nowhere mentioned in the charge sheet, which has been mentioned by the court in para 10 of the judgment dated 30th October 2023. The slap number 5 on the face of Enforcement Directorate is that in para 12 of the judgment, the Honorable Supreme Court
why is there
on
swelling on Arvind Kejriwal's face?
That Mr. Scathing is not vicariously liable.
Let me respond.
That no specific role has been attributed to him.
May I now respond?
And please, Mr. Bhatia, let me complete. And the biggest slap on the face of people
No,
of this
I have to
country
ask
by
the counter.
Enforcement Directorate.
Gaurav, before you, I have to come in. Gaurav,
Arnab, please allow me.
No,
I have to come
something
in.
to say.
I have to
Let
come
me
in.
complete.
I have to come
And
in.
the biggest-
I have to come in now. No. I
Please
gave you
allow-
a full
please allow
opportunity.
me.
I have
Arnab,
to
please
ask
allow me.
one
You are
specific
not even
question,
allowing me.
and I
आप
request you
सुनना
to
ही नहीं
cease at
चाहते।
this point
आप
and allow
सुनना
me to
नहीं
intervene because many
The fact
viewers
is
are
you are
saying
not
Arnab,
willing
ask
to
your
listen.
question.
You
नहीं मैं
are not
सुनूंगा,
willing to listen.
बट बहुत ज्यादा लोग
The
कह रहे हैं
fact
कि
is-
अर्नब के सवाल को सुनिए। वो सुनिए,
चाहते
ये
नहीं
नहीं
सुनना।
ये
आप
नहीं
हमारी
अनमोल
बात
पवार
नहीं
जी,
सुनना चाहते।
अनमोल पवार जी मेरी बात
The
सुनिए,
same rules shall
गंभीरता
apply
से
to
मेरी
both
बात
of
सुनिए,
us.
कृपा करके मेरी बात सुनिए। मैं इतना
मुझे
रिक्वेस्ट
बात
कर रहा हूँ, आप
पूरी
रुक
करने
जाइए,
दीजिए
मेरी
पहले।
बात सुनिए, आप रुकिए मेरी बात
पहले
सुनिए।
मुझे पूरी
आप
बात
मेरी
करने
बात
दीजिए।
सुनिए। Now listen
आप
to me,
क्यों नहीं चाहते कि आपके
Anmol.
दर्शक को सच्चाई पता
Anmol,
चले?
thank you. Listen to what I'm saying now.
क्यों नहीं
Listen to
चाहते
what
कि
I'm
आपके
saying now,
दर्शकों
and
को
and
सच्चाई
and you,
पता
I'll just
चले?
take 30 seconds. Unlike you, I do move very
Arnab,
fast.
Let
I
me
move very
complete
fast.
first. Let me.
And please,
let me
I want
complete
no
first.
interruption when I'm making my point. I don't even
Arnab,
want
but
Gaurav
you
to
are-
say
but
anything.
you are not
Revolu
even
also,
allowing
who
me
has
to
not
complete.
spoken, has not said anything. But I have to. But I want to make my point here, and Revolu also hear me. Now, viewers.
Arnab, why can't I make my
It
point?
also, I want to say,
Why is it that
Anmol, please
same
don't
rule
interrupt me.
don't
I said for
apply to
1 minute.
BJP
It's not asking for too
spokesperson
much.
and me?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, there's no personal attack on me which matters. I'm asking a question. Viewers will determine whether that question applies only for the BJP or where people will determine whether the question is asked on behalf of the people. Now, my question is this. Point number one. Today on my program, Anmol Pawar, as national spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party, has made a comment that according to him, the Supreme Court of India has said that this case, when argued, will not even stand one day in court. It will be demolished and destroyed. I am asking him, as a responsible journalist, can he tell me which judge said that on which day? I want the exact quote. I will have it verified right now within 60 seconds of your giving me the data. Because I don't believe such a statement was ever made. But the reason I'm countering you, Anmol, is also because I believe... No. I'm asking Anmol.
Arnab,
1 minute, I
these
won't allow
facts
you.
are
I'm
on
asking
my
Anmol.
Fingertips. Can I respond?
I'm asking Anmol.
Arnab, these observations made by the Honorable Supreme Court was during the bail hearing of Mr. Sisodia. And please turn to para 28, 10th line. It says that none of the allegations leveled against Mr. Sisodia is established and proven. Please look at the para 28, 10th line and also show it to your viewers.
1 minute.
Also,
No,
I would also
absolutely
request
impossible.
you.
I will pick up para 28, and I suspect,
para
1 minute,
10 and para 12 of the judgment as well.
Anmol, I
To get a
suspect,
clear
I will read. On commonsensical basis, Revolution Reddy, I believe that what the AAP spokesperson are referring to is when in any judgment, both sides of lawyers are quoted and then the order is given. If you quote that this lawyer said this, that lawyer said that, these are not the words or these are not the orders of the court. This is the court paraphrasing the arguments on both sides. You are wrong, sir.
These are not the submissions made by the council.
No, Arnab, it's not
No,
even that.
submissions by a
Please allow
council.
me.
Submissions by
I'm
a
not
council.
saying that.
Submissions
I'm
by a
not
council are
saying
not
that.
in order, sir. Don't
I
change
have
your
never
words,
said
sir.
that. Arnab, I have
Submissions
never
of
said
your
that these are
council.
submissions
You are
made by the
quoting your
council.
lawyer and quoting it to
I
be the
have
words of
never
the court.
said that.
How can you do that?
How are you
Arnab,
trying
allow
to...
me,
I have
need to
never
make a
said that
very
these are
important
submissions
point,
made by
and
the
this
council.
needs to be explained to every viewer.
You have not heard it properly. You have not heard it properly, Arnab.
The hot debate tonight, viewers. Gaurav seeks time to respond. I give him.
Arnab,
But
may I come
Gaurav,
and
before I give you,
respond?
can I get one word from Revolution Reddy? Because I'm being very unfair on it. I'm being very unfair on it. Can I at least get
Please,
observation?
please
to me
Mr. Reddy,
also, Arnab,
has
tonight.
Kavita, I'll ask you the same. Has Kavita given information against Kejriwal? The nation wants to know. Because the feeling is ED has some information from her. They may not have put it into the public domain yet.
That only the ED can know. I can't be knowing it. The thing is here, now investigation is going
You're
on.
not denying it, sir. But you're not denying it, sir. That's very significant, sir.
No,
Sir, you're not denying it, sir.
While the matter is sub judice, when she is in ED custody.
Tell me that one.
And we already have claimed many a times she is innocent in this case. She has no links and all that. And we already have many a times told. But one thing, the investigation is going on. Let the investigation find out what is right and wrong. And we will come out clean. Number one. Number two, I want to ask Mr. Gaurav Bhatia. He was saying now instead of Kattar Inamdar, he has used, Kattar Be Inamdar, something like that. And you are saying everybody is a most corrupt. Mr. Bhatia, can I ask you one thing? Mr. Suvendu Adhikari, Himanta Biswa Sharma, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Narayan Rane, CM Ramesh, Sujana Chaudhary, on all these leaders, ED filed cases, booked on them, then they joined your party. Can you ever dare to say this? Number one. Number two, I want to quote a case, give me 10 seconds, 20 seconds are now. A 2G case, which was filed in 2010. Investigation was, went up to 2017. Then all the accused were acquitted. That the court said, the special judge O.P. Saini stated in his judgment, there is no evidence on the record produced before the court indicating any criminality in the acts allegedly committed by the accused. He added that the charge sheet of the instant case is based mainly on misreading, selective reading, non-reading, and out of context reading of the official record, and that the charge sheet is based on some oral statements made by the witnesses during investigation. The witnesses have not.
I will get Gaurav to respond to you now, Revalaji, I will get him to respond to you. Revalaji, I'll get him to respond to you.
Please. Why I am quoting this? At this juncture, when the investigation is on, when all these arrests are made based on the witnesses by those, rather statements by those who turned approvers, and BJP is believing it, somebody who is pro-BJP believing it.
No, Arnav, can I now respond to both of them?
They are making the court trial even on the media.
I will get Gaurav Bhatia to respond to both Anmol Pawar of the AAP and Revalo Sridhar Reddy of the BRS with one observation from my side. Viewers, note one thing. Note one thing. In fact, Anmol has also noted it. Everybody has noted, Rajat has noted, that BRS did not really comment on whether Kavita has given any information.
How will I? I mean, let's be very practical now.
And not, they only say she'll come clean. They did not say we are fighting hand to hand with the Aam Aadmi Party on this. Not one statement of support. You notice that, Rajat?
No. Sorry, Arnav, sorry.
So things are moving there.
Our Supremo, our party chief, Sri KCR, gave a statement today on behalf of the party. It's a black day for democracy, arresting Kejriwal, an elected chief minister, based on frivolous statements by somebody without any, evidence. Now I read out a decision, a verdict of a court after 7 years of the accusation.
Can I respond, Arnav? I think you've given him enough time now.
Gaurav Bhatia,
okay, now.
You're just going on.
Okay, Revala, we are going back to the political debate.
So
we're going back to the political debate.
The arrest.
Before I'll go back.
We have condemned the arrest.
No, 1 minute. I'm getting Gaurav back on the debate. 1 second. Rajat, I'll come to you in just a minute. Rajat wants to say one thing and then we go back to Gaurav versus Anmol. Yes, Rajat, you observe something here?
Arnav, the main point is the broad substantive issue that we are here to discuss. This is not a court of law. All the arguments have been put before the court. The court, looking at all the aspects of the case, has decided that a remand needs to be given, a custody needs to be given. Let the courts do their job. We should look at the overall big picture political fallout of this and understand that a movement which moved the emotions of all of us, we are all college students. Kejriwal happens to be my IIT senior. He's from IIT Kharagpur, and we all used to look up to him. We all contributed to the India Against Corruption movement, and we all were so passionate and so emotional that we want to build a new country for ourselves and for the future generations of this India, of India, which can be proud of. The problem went in that the same Kejriwal who stood for certain morals, come what may, he forgot about it and he started taking the whole nation and its entire legal system and the law system for granted. He started thinking around the time Goa elections, Gujarat elections, etc. He started thinking, politics cannot change. This is the way politics will happen. I will have to bring in money into this politics and play the big game. And this is the reason where his core tenets started failing.
And maybe that
His
was
core
maybe
tenets
that
which
was
were built
maybe
upon
that was
corruption,
maybe
he
that has
started
been his
building a
biggest
castle
mistake, that
full of falsehood
in the
and full
process
corrupt
of
practices,
scaling up
and
his
he left
party,
aside everything,
in
including
the
Anna
process of
Hazare.
scaling up his party and fulfilling his political ambitions, he compromised on essentials. Gaurav wanted to respond to Anmol. Gaurav and Anmol now versus.
Yeah, quick response to both the panelists with a very hard fact first. According to the corrupt opposition parties, the Indie Alliance, all of these are honest. The names I'll be taking now, but they haven't got bail. Arnav 1, Arvind Kejriwal in ED remand. K. Kavita moved the Supreme Court, withdrew the petition, has not got bail. Hemant Soren skips 10 summons of the ED and then later arrested, is not out on bail yet. Manish Sisodia did not get bail. He is behind bars for the last 13 months. Sanjay Singh did not get bail, has been behind bars for 4.5 months. A hard fact which they will never discuss. But leave that. I will first answer the AAP spokesperson. Being a senior advocate, I have a duty here. I need to tell the viewers there are certain observations made by the court when the arguments are being heard. Those are not binding, those are not directives, that's not the ratio decidendi of any, order or judgment. What is ratio decidendi, that is binding, is what I am reading in Manish Sisodia's bail, which was rejected. 2 lines are very important. One is para 24, page 35 and 36, where they say this amount is Arnab 338 100 crores. And they say this amount was earned by the wholesale distributors in a span of 10 months. This figure cannot be disputed or challenged. Second, thus the new policy was meant to give windfall gains to select few wholesale distributors who in turn had agreed to give kickbacks and bribe. Para 24, page 36. So this is what the ratio is. This is binding. His bail rejected. That answers your argument. Second, coming to the argument of the BRS spokesperson. K. Kavita, no bail for her, Arnab. Fact number 1. She withdrew her petition, as I told you. Third, there is a press release of the ED and it says, ED investigation revealed that Mrs. K. Kavita along with others conspired with the top leaders of AAP, Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, for getting favors in Delhi excise policy. In exchange of these favors, she was involved in paying rupees 100 crore to the leaders of AAP. Now you don't decide, I don't decide, they don't decide. It's the court that decides, and the court has prima facie found substance in the case of the ED. They should respect the law and not try to negate the law. Otherwise, people will teach them a befitting lesson. Thank you.
Arnav, I want to respond.
Okay,
Arnav,
I want first AAP to I want AAP to respond first. I want AAP to respond first with a small addition from my side, Anmol, to you. Is it your case that while the distributors made 338 crores and more and made windfall gains because of your policy, is it your argument that you didn't make any money yourself? And if you say so, who will believe that?
Arnav, I would like you to please point out any para or relevant line where it has been mentioned that I made a single penny, first of all. And I have a suggestion for Mr. Bhatia, because for the last 2 years, they have failed to recover a single penny, the proceeds of crime on the basis of which a PMLA case is filed.
Incorrect again.
Please, Mr. Bhatia, I would request you that you're one of the so-called kingpin of the liquor scam, Aurobindo Pharma, donated you 35 crores of money. If its money reached BJP through electoral bonds, then they are proceeds of crime.
About Arvind Kejriwal not
then
being
they
corrupt.
are proceeds of crime.
Can you answer on
and
that?
This is the final and biggest slap on the face of people of this country, that a party who talks about removing corruption
why are you not getting
absorbs
bail?
all the leaders from the opposition party.
Why is Manish Sisodia not getting bail?
Whether Ajit Pawar, Chhagan Bhujbal, Suvendu Adhikari,
or not?
and now this
Why did
Aurobindo
you withdraw
Pharma.
the policy?
This
Why did you
proceeds of
favor
crime
Indo-Spirit,
reached
which was
Bharatiya
blacklisted?
Janata Party.
Can you answer these questions?
Go and book them. The ones who
He has
donated
no
you
answers,
electoral
Arnab.
bonds,
Zilch.
the proceeds of crime You have made.
I'm asking about your leader Arvind Kejriwal. So you are now admitting that Arvind Kejriwal is corrupt. Therefore, you want to discuss other issues. I am okay with that. But first admit.
Have been exposed before the country today.
Why did you withdraw the policy question number 1? Why did you favor Indo-Spirit, which was blacklisted? Third, I'm asking you, you have no defense for Arvind Kejriwal. Why is Manish Sisodia not getting bail? Why don't you move the court and get all the charges quashed? You had 18 months plus time. Can you answer any question?
And fabricated case will fall flat in 2 minutes.
Anmol, I'm only bringing to your attention. I'm only using the opportunity to bring to your attention. You are both having a fierce debate tonight, which is good. But understand here that Justice Hegde
is the court of people.
I respect the courts of the country. Do you? I ask you. I respect the courts of the country.
And
if they give a clean chip to Arvind Kejriwal, I will bow down to the judgment.
You'll get
but why don't you respect the courts of the country?
Elections. You just wait and watch.
No, I don't have to get a reply. People already know that Arvind Kejriwal is the most corrupt leader in the country.
That is why you were forced to change
and that is why they feel cheated. You came on a plank of eradicating corruption, and in the process you became the most corrupt politician. The most corrupt party.
Because you know
that people call you Papi.
Mr. Reddy wanted to come in, viewers. In 9:54, Mr. Reddy gets a turn in. Mr. Reddy wanted to say something. I give him 30 seconds before closure.
Anna, only one thing I want to say in this particular thing. I already have referred you the 2G case, where then also CBI made many allegations, made statements. Raja received money, Kanimani received money. Listen. Okay. After that, everybody is acquitted. Number 2, based on the allegations, you are saying this. Other day, I was just, reading some news item of this thing that, the COG report of Delhi almost referred the same numbers which they are actually ED speaking today. If based on COG report, if any chief minister or a council of ministers has to be booked, I don't think any chief minister
I will tell you.
Can I respond?
Okay, I will say one. I'll wrap up with one thing. I'll wrap up with one thing tonight. I need to make a closing remark tonight, so I need 30 seconds for that. Viewers, we remember tonight that when did you first hear of Arvind Kejriwal? When he was a loyal lieutenant to Anna Hazare. So I think Anna Hazare, Santosh Hegde, all condemning him is significant. Secondly, consistency, Anmol, is important. I remember in 11th October 2011, I did an interview with him where he said, when I asked him, what are your political ambitions? He said, and that clip is going viral now, you should pick it up and see. He said, Arnab, I make it clear, I'm making clear again on your channel and your program that Arnab, I will never fight elections in my life. I don't want to hold any position in my life. I have no political ambitions. Then, 2 years later, he came and told me, he told everyone, मैं अपने बच्चों की कसम खाता हूँ, I swear on my children, that now that we have formed a political party, I will never tie up. I will never tie up with the BJP or the Congress, because if I tie up with the BJP or the Congress, people will vote against me. Now, I didn't force Kejriwal to make these statements. You see, people remember. And Anmol, you are new into political life, but I need you to remember that if you ever feel people forget, people don't forget. People don't forget.
Every election that he is contesting. People certainly don't forget. But people are giving him a mandate.
Okay, let me make a statement. I believe that majority of your supporters are people who supported India against corruption. And they have not forgotten the promises then. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm way over time tonight. It's been a fierce debate. Anyway, Anmol and Gaurav, this is a debate we'll be following for a very, very long time. I thank you all. Viewers, on the other side, I have some explosive information on charges of where the Congress party was getting its money from. Abhishek will join me and share that in a few minutes.